let's talk a little bit about you and you have three business partners, mini life course. You have a background, you've had, amazing opportunities to work at great companies. You've been the chief operating officer at Armstrong White. You've been a senior partner director, creative services at JWT in Detroit, Chicago. You've been with McCann Erickson as a production manager, and now have your own business. And so, in September of 2023. So congratulations
Thank you.
on everything. And I think a lot of people are trying to figure this path out as well for themselves. How can I have the freedom that I want, the voice that I want, build a business that I want? And sometimes people, they get stuck in the worlds that they're in. And what are three ways that you would kind of, if that person, what would you want to hear when you were in that spot from somebody? What are three pieces of guidance that you could give somebody who wants to do what you've accomplished and then start your own business?
Well, thank you for that. Yes, and I was fortunate enough. Also, there's one other agency in there, TBWA Shy Day. I worked there with actually one of my partners, Jigisha Bubara, when I, was freshly out of college. So very much in that, wanted to get into advertising, got in and started my career in production, as did my partner, Jigisha. And we went on to have different careers. I owned Armstrong White. I built it. I sold it. Really thought I was sort of out of the game. Retired in 2020. Then Me Too happened, George Floyd, and I started doing some business consulting. And really, I started doing some business consulting with other female entrepreneurs that came to me and have built very successful businesses and said, how do I monetize my life's work? And so what I started doing was helping these women stage themselves to really exit or sell their business or grow their business. Because as we all know from running businesses, it's very hard. You can get to certain, levels pretty easily, but when you go to the next level, it's really hard and you have to scale or you'll fail. So, so what I tell people is, do something you love. It's a bit cliche, but I love the creative industry. And my three partners, Jigisha Bubara, Brendessa Hale, and Casey Ardenetto, we've all come out of either the nonprofit space or the creative space. We love what we do. We just didn't like the way it was done. And we found a real white space that needed to happen. And we came together and said, they all had their own businesses. So they divested out of their former businesses and we created Rise. So we're 4 entrepreneurial women. And, so do what you love and stay true to what you believe in and what you want to do. It all sounds really cliche. And then, really be open to opportunities when they arise. I see this with so many younger people. They look at where people are in our stage of our careers. And I certainly remember what it was like trying to get my first job in advertising and thinking every ad in Ad Week was 5 to 10 years of experience. I'm like, how am I ever going to get hired if I don't have any experience? So you just have to stay with it and really find your way. And really, I think it's really important to have good mentors and partners. Like find those mentors that will impart those wisdoms or be there for you when you are stuck. And that is what you're doing, is really you get to a point as an entrepreneur where you're stuck and you need somebody to guide you through it.
Yeah, let me ask you, thank you for that. Just that whole description, not just the shout out to me, but what do you talk about picking the right business partners? Because I talk about that a lot. It's you got to be 150% sure that you're picking the right business partner, because you can get into a business, too far where you really can't rewind a bad business partnership. It just gets very difficult. And so, how did you go about making sure that you all had your strengths, your lanes, you complemented each other, and where you can let enough ego to push the drive of the business, but not the ego to get in the way of the business?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question. this is my second partnership. So I had 3 partners prior, and so this is my second business where I'm in a partnership. And there is an old saying that partnership is the most dangerous ship upon which to sail, and it can go really bad and it can be really wonderful. And I think for the 4 of us today at Rise, we have all had business partners. So we came to this and said, we will only do this with people who share our values, share our work ethic. We are 4 equal partners, and we are very different. We head up different pieces of the business. For me, I'm the CEO, and I'm really driving the strategic vision of the company, business development. My partner, Jigisha Buvara, is our chief creative officer. And then my other partner, Brandessa Hale, is our director of production. And then Casey Ardenetto is our CFO, and she came out of running nonprofits. So for us, we all satisfy a key channel of the business. So I would tell anybody, if they're going to bring in a partner, that it's a very, very long-term relationship. You're getting married in this partnership until you exit the business one way or another, either a transaction or someone buys someone out. So, and you have to have trust, and they have to really have the same ethics you do. Most important thing is that ethically, they have to be on the same page, because we don't always agree, and we have healthy debates about the direction forward. But ethically, we all operate under the same moral and ethical code.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Well, congratulations on that. And, that mini course, I think, is really, really helpful.